Hello, thanks for joining. Let's see who's here first. If you're joining from Facebook, I always like to say hello. I can't see you in the chat, but I try to come over afterwards and at least say hello. Okay, but thanks for joining on Facebook. If you're here in the chatmosphere, you've joined on YouTube's. I want to thank you for joining. Mish, hi. You moved to North Carolina, so you've been busy. Nice. Well, welcome, and I hope that your move is good and it has been smooth. Hello, Jamie. Welcome, Jamie. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. And Justin Hutchins, hi. Joseph O'Sullivan, hello, in Ireland, our good brother. Angela, hello, hello. And Sheridan, hi, Sheridan. I haven't seen you in the chatmosphere in a bit. I know that you've been well. Seabreeze as well. Hadn't seen you in a little bit. You know, I keep up, I remember my day ones. I'm calling you my day ones. Been hanging out in these YouTube streets. We've been dodging and dipping, right? All the bots and the AI and the lizards, right? We've been doing it for 3 years now. A lot of us and longer for some others, right? So thanks for joining on a Labor Day. What do we know about Labor Day, huh? What are you having big Labor Day celebrations? Jamie says, I haven't done much twerking. That's funny. Hi, Christine. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yes. Wild Dragon has just entered the chatmosphere with his customary declaration, blunts up. You know it's about to get started when Wild Dragon is here. Thank you, Wild Dragon, for sharing the link to my grand opening, everyone. I've been excited about this, okay? So please save the date, September 10th, okay? That'll be a Saturday, this coming Saturday, okay? Please put this in your whatevers, okay? Write it down. September 10th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm having a virtual grand opening of my new business, okay? So at that time, we're going to explain the mission and what we want to do for people, okay? So please save the date, and I would also love it if you shared and invited others, okay? This I'm excited, okay? As you can tell, I'm trying to keep a lid on it, but I'm very excited. Look at this. Our beautiful Harlem Sentinel is here. It's raining in Boston. Boston. Is it raining? It's raining in Ireland. Wow, it's raining in Boston and Ireland. Wow, do you guys have like a little wormhole to each other, right? Maybe Boston, Ireland. Are we putting something together? Karen is here, our beautiful Harlem Sentinel. Thank you, beautiful Harlem Sentinel. Blessings to you and traveling mercies as you are outside, right? Nixon, hello, welcome, welcome. It's raining in Canadistan as well. It's raining everywhere. It's not raining here right now, which I like when it rains. I told you all I like rain. Thank you, Karen. So save the date, Saturday, 11 a.m. So you could think of brunch, okay? This is a brunch grand opening, okay? Hi, Kay Grace. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining. Yes, Boston and Ireland connections, right? A direct flight, no stops, right? Yes. A lot of my flights lately, well, before, when I used to semi-like traveling, it was always like, what is the airline that always wants to take you to Boston Logan Airport first? But sometimes you have to go north to go south, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Let us, maybe some of this is new to you. Would you be able to answer questions if you were on a quiz show about Labor Day? Would you be able to tell us why we celebrate Labor Day, why you have a day off? Nobody complains about a day off, but why? Now that we're inquisitive, okay? We're like little, why? Why are we taking a day off if we are? Some of us aren't. As a nurse, it never mattered, you know, holidays, 24-hour days. So a lot of times I didn't take time off. Look at that. Marlon is here. The band is getting back together. Hi, Marlon. Love you, brother. Please give your beautiful bride and your beautiful family a warm welcome from me. Nancy, hi. Happy Labor Day. You're greeting us with Labor Day. Hey, Bryant, more blessings to Jennifer, 109 in California. So it's hot out there. Woo. All right. What are you doing to stay cool? My goodness. I know when it's hot out in Cali, it's a different kind of hot. It's a dry heat, which I appreciate more than the humid heat. But Labor Day. Okay. I would not be able to answer why we have Labor Day. I don't know. I went to Philadelphia Public Schools. Okay. I graduated from, and I didn't know, I couldn't tell you why we have Labor Day. Other than my grandmother told me that you can't wear white shoes after September, today's date, whatever Labor Day falls on. You were not supposed to wear white shoes or white anything. You're not, unless you're getting married and you're a virgin. Okay, so no white shoes after today. And what else? What else don't you do? That was one of the things I heard growing up with my grandmother is you're not wearing any more white shoes after today. Or basically, you're going to embarrass the family. Hey, I am Dwayne this time. I love that name. The sound is crackling. I hear you clearly, but something is up with the microphone. Thank you for letting me know. Let me check on that. Is that also happening for others? Let me see if I'm going to move the device a bit. Maybe it's covering. I don't know. Let me know. Can someone give me something in the chatmosphere if the sound is okay? And Dwayne, I am Dwayne. Let me know if it's okay. Yes, need a mic check. Feedback. All right, getting feedback. Let me see. One moment. Oh, are you hearing? You know what it is? The fan. Hold it, everybody. Let me turn the fan off because that might be what you're hearing. Let me check. Hold it. Because I'm going to just see if that was... Okay, I turned the overhead fan off. And tell me, all the little crickling you hear now is I'm in an old chair. An old lady in an old chair. How does that sound? It's only when I speak. You say it's bad? Let me see. Thanks for letting me know. It's when I speak, you say. Bear with me a moment as how is that? Testing? Let me know if this is better. Because I did something in the microphone setting just now. Is it better? The video is glitchy. It's clear now. Oh, thank you. Okay, perfect. Wow. Thank you. And Dwayne, thank you for bringing it to my attention. And please let me turn the fan back on. Okay. So bear with me as I do that, and you'll hear the crickling of the chair. But I need the fan. I'm like a fan head. Okay, and now the seat will be more comfortable because Josephine got out of my way. Okay, I don't always like to give up her secrets, but she was right here. A lot of times, you know how cats are. They want to sit in a seat where they know that you're going to want to sit there. Otherwise, she wouldn't be here. But she was right here the whole time when I started this live stream. And I was uncomfortably allowing her to do this, which unfortunately I do this a lot. And I was cramped. But now I can relax because she jumped down. And if I try to like move, and get comfortable, she'll hiss at me. All right? She will hiss at me. The nerve, okay? The utter audacity, the negrescence of it all. Shout out to your girl. Your girl is a little bit of a brat cat. Okay, now I feel better. I feel like I can just breathe, okay? That cat. So anyway, I'm glad the sound is good. Okay, so good. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so Labor Day, that's where we were. I am going to just read, I'm going to kick the wiki, okay? So it's a little bit of, we'll get into the other stuff and I'll drop links. You could jump out of the bushes, as they say. By the way, Josephine does that today. I was outside earlier, really early in the morning, and she goes into the bushes. I told you about this, right? And then all of a sudden she comes out of the bushes. So you see this little negrita, boom, she's jumping out of the bushes, and then she starts running, and I don't know if she sees a snake and gets all like freaked out. I don't know what it is. The cats own you. They do, right? It's terrible. I try to keep her secret. I didn't want you all to know that she was that spoiled. Hey there, Now, Tammy, I haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome. Let's give Tammy some love in the chatmosphere, as well as Dwayne. Now, I would like us to give a nice, warm welcome to I am Dwayne this time, okay? I like the name. I bet it's a story behind it. And Dwayne, when I drop the link, you are welcome to come and introduce yourself to us, okay? To the chatmosphere. Okay, welcome back, Tammy, because I know you, Tammy. I know you. I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so Labor Day, let me not belabor the point. Labor Day is a federal holiday in the United States, celebrated on the first Monday in September to honor. This is where we need to lean in. Who are we honoring? Do you know? Drop it in the chatmosphere. Who are we honoring today? Anyone know? I'll wait for a minute. I want to just see what we know. I try to get a temperature of the room, okay? What do we know here in the chatmosphere? Who are we honoring today? Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, wait a minute. Bing. Okay, we are honoring the workers. Mish said, "Is that what we're doing? We're honoring the laborers, or the women that go into labor today. All of the women that are going into labor today." We honor you. Thank you for bringing more people into this world. Please teach them right, okay? We're honoring us. Hey, Johnny. Supposedly the worker. So I think Sean probably did this. Supposedly the worker, quote unquote. The workers, Phyllis says. The workers. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne. The workers, aka the taxpayers. Thank you, Amanda, for clarifying that to its true essence. Okay, she captured the essence right there. The workers, Vicky asks. The workers, Karen screams. Okay, and Joseph says the workers. Okay, he has an opinion too. Okay, it's our hardworking politicians. There you are. Is it spoon time? I think it might. I can't make any promises, but it might be. It might be. Funny, honor the women having babies today. I don't know. I'm just saying, someone's going into labor today. It would be a guess. Okay, so what we do on Labor Day, the federal holiday, is we celebrate and honor and recognize the American labor movement. Okay? Movement. That's a little different if we really unpack it. Movement. And the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of the United States. The 3-day weekend it falls on is called Labor Day weekend. Oh, that's another thing I was told. You couldn't wear white after Labor Day, and all the swimming pools would be drained. That's when it was sad. That's when we knew, oh no, we're getting close to going back to school. Because no more swimming after Labor Day, right? Why was that? Hey, One Take Son. Hi there, sis. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining. So, let's see, when did it start? I'll wait because I think you can guess. Hey, Dave, peace to you. I like the purple heart, Dave. Okay, so when do you think it started? Like around what time? Guesstimate this. Yep, just pretty much what we would guess, right? Yeah. Hmm. Anyone want to take a guess? Vicky, hey Vicky, you said why close pools in Georgia? It's hot till December. Yes, well, if you have your private pool, like growing up, I went to public pools, and some friends, bougie friends, had their private pools. But we were always at. If anybody's from Philly and there was a lot of fun places like swimming clubs. Remember, like really nice swimming clubs and different things like that. But they had lots of public pools when I was growing up. So some of the public pools, although I don't know if this one was public, but it was fun and scary for me. It was called Gustine Lake. Does anyone remember Gustine Lake in Philadelphia? It was a little bit creepy. It was a place to go and swim, but it was like a lake, but it was a pool. It was really confusing to a kid like me because I didn't understand how the lake was perfectly square, but the water was lakeish, if you know what I'm saying, lakeish water. And I just remember when I was walking across the pool. I didn't like the way it made my feet. It was icky to me. It like slippery rocks and jagged rocks mixed in. It was terrible. But my uncle Irvin loved to take us there. He had all these spots in Jersey. We would go like a big group of the family. We would because he was the guy that knew all the good places. He was a police officer, of course he knew. So we would go to Gustine Lake. Sometimes we would go to Holiday something in New Jersey. But Gustine Lake used to give me, like, skeeve me out. I just didn't, I didn't like the hygiene of it. It just seemed like it had lots of biological things going on, and I didn't know why at the time I felt that way, but now I know. Okay, I was a little bit persnickety as a kid. All right, so it was 1800s. 1800s. Do you remember that? Mrs. Harris is a Philly John. Do you remember Gustine Lake? Did you go did you go swimming at Gustine Lake? Oh my God, right? Who else is from the Philly area or Jersey? Jersey would know if you they called it the lakes. I went once. It was the worst. Wasn't it icky? It felt like, ugh, it felt like your feet. That was before you could buy the little shoes. I mean, yeah, the flip flops, but I want something when I'm in the lake on my feet. Okay, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't feel good. It didn't feel. I took one for the team. What I would do is I try to wade and just float. I didn't want my feet to touch the bottom of it. Ick. I'm having flashbacks right now. Hi, Gladys Kravitz. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yes, Nancy. Isn't that really peculiar that this Labor Day started in the 1800s? There you go. All right. So 1882 to be precise. So it started, let's see, as the trade union and labor movements grew. Trade unionists proposed that a day be set aside to celebrate labor. Labor Day was promoted by the Central Labor Union. And you got your tinfoil hats ready? This is Wikipedia. Okay, they can't blame it on us, right? This is their stuff. Okay? I said it was promoted by the Central Labor Union, and drum roll, the Knights of Labor. The Knights of Labor. There are hyperlinks. I could be going through so many rabbit holes, but I mean, why bother when we pretty much know what we're looking at? We see this, okay? All right, so the Knights of Labor, which organized the first parade in New York City. So, New York, what's up, New York? So, in 1887, Oregon was the first state of the United States to make it an official public holiday. So, Oregon, really, girl? And by the time it became an official federal holiday in 1894. Okay, people, I try to retire my tinfoil hat, but I can't. It's still in operation. I keep it up very close where I can always access it. Okay, so it became officially federal in 1894. If we looked up the things that happened in 1894, I bet it would really be eye-opening. So 30 states in the United States officially celebrated Labor Day. And yeah, they have something about Canada's Labor Day. So they're talking about, okay, I need to read this, okay? Because Canada, we are we're all in the same boat here, okay? You've got Castro's crazy son up there running amok, and we have probably Castro's cousin down here running amok. They're all related, okay? So we're all in this together. So why not read about Canada's Labor Day? All right, so Canada's Labor Day is also celebrated on the first Monday of September. What's going on? Do we have people that really know how to decode stuff? What's going on with the first Monday of September? All right, so, and I'm open to all of your theories, okay? I don't mind listening to theories. Oh, you know what? We don't have it tonight, Karen. Exploring the Matrix for Monday, this Monday, we're not having it tonight, this evening. Yeah, we'll resume the following Monday. Yeah, John let me know that, we're not going to do it today, later. Okay, so thanks though, Karen. Um, so, okay, they celebrate the first Monday of September. More than 80 countries celebrate International Workers' Day on May 1st. The ancient European holiday of May Day. May Day, May Day. Isn't that a call for in distress? Isn't May Day? Am I tripping or am I recalling this correctly? When a vessel, maritime, am I onto something? Maritime? Okay, so when a vessel, cheers, when a vessel is in distress, don't they say Mayday? Something like that? I'm just asking. All right, so they call May Day an ancient European holiday. May Day was chosen by, I can't get through this without laughing. Because this is how I react to this now. I just laugh now. May Day was chosen by the Second International of Socialist and Communist Parties to commemorate the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on May 4th, 1886. Okay, I'm going to hyperlink to the Haymarket Affair. What is... Okay, are you ready? Please help me put things together. Thank you for filling up the chatmosphere. That's what we do over here. Fill it on up. When you see something, say something. All right, the Haymarket Affair, also known as the Haymarket Massacre, the Haymarket Riot, the Haymarket Square Riot, or the Haymarket Incident, was the aftermath of a bombing that took place at a labor demonstration on May 4th, 1886, at Haymarket Square in Chicago, Illinois, United States. They had to let us know that. It began as a peaceful rally. You can't even make this stuff up. The jokes write themselves. Are you all sensing something here? It began, I repeat, as a peaceful rally in support of workers striking for an 8-hour workday. The day after the events at the McCormick Harvesting Machine Company, during which one person was unalived and many workers injured. An unknown person threw a dynamite bomb at the police as they acted to disperse the meeting, and the bomb blast and ensuing pow-pow fire resulted in the unaliving of 7 police officers and at least 4 civilians. Dozens of others were wounded. Don't I sound like I'm giving the nightly news report in this timeline? Didn't that sound like how the news reads? If you were to turn on the nightly news tonight, wouldn't that sound like, let me read it again. An unknown person. Okay, let me sound real newsy. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I just want you to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I got real buttoned up here. An unknown person, they read from teleprompters, an unknown person threw a dynamite bomb at the police as they acted to disperse the meeting, and the bomb blast that ensued in pow fire resulted in the deaths of 7 police officers and at least 4 civilians. Dozens of others were wounded. We'll have more at the scene. Take it, Brad. And so Brad, he's out there. Oh my God, Jennifer, I'm out here on the scene and it looks terrible. It looks horrible. Stay in your house, put a mask on and get vaxxed and boosted, okay? You need it for your safety. Doesn't that sound like a news report, right? Bizarre. We're talking about the 1800s. So what is new under the sun? That's all. I'm getting mad. I guess I'm getting mad right now because I just like they're doing this right. Like who says this? Like I like Sunji and she's like, you are lying to me right in front of my face. This device is insulting me right now. Okay, so take it away, Brad. They took the people to the hospital, right? So they call the Haymarket Affair part of the Great Upheaval. So this 1886 engraving, which I can't show you right now, but there's an engraving. Of course, they like to document these events so they can have them, for us to be programmed, right? So they'll have them in the museums, right? Or cycloramas, things of that nature. Okay, so there's an engraving from 1886, was the most widely reproduced image of the Haymarket Massacre. Why do you want to reproduce the image of a massacre is what I would like to know. It shows Methodist pastor Samuel Felden speaking, the bomb exploding, and the riot beginning simultaneously. In reality, Fielding had finished speaking before the explosion. So the goals of this were to get an 8-hour work day. 8-hour work day. So how many hours were the laborers working prior to this Haymarket Massacre? I didn't know I was going to get on this subject. I'll get to the other stuff in a minute, but when the spirit of information and knowledge is moving, we have to be nimble. I did not expect this, everyone. It's happening in real time. I'm making connections. Yep. Okay, so I can assume that the laborers were working many hours, children, all kinds of things, right? So we pretty much still have 8-hour work days in most industries. In the hospitals, we used to have 8-hour work days. And I was there when they changed to 12-hour work days. And what happened was they told us that this was what we voted for. Have you ever had a gaslighting thing happen like that? Where you don't remember voting for it, maybe you had some meetings and they were like, how many people would like to work 3 days and be off 4? You do 3 12 hours and you got your life. And they were selling, marketing it to us, right? And all of the sudden we hear we are now working 12 hours. You don't have a choice. You voted for it. Don't you love it? So that's how nurses started working 12-hour shifts. We voted for it, we were told. Okay, so we see how changes in labor happen, and it looks like it's not what I thought. I'm hearing communism, union, socialism. I'm hearing that right here in this narrative. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing here. So, parties to the civil conflict: the Chicago Police Department and the Federation of Organized Trades and Labor Unions. All right. Wow. So 8 anarchists were convicted of this conspiracy. Yeah. Okay, so the Haymarket Affair is generally considered significant as the origin of International Workers' Day. So it was the climax of the social unrest among the working class in America, known as the Great Upheaval. No single event has influenced the history of labor in Illinois, the United States, and even the world more than the Chicago Haymarket Affair. So, yes, it's spoon time. So, guess what, everyone? Including our international family, Chicago or Chicago is the reason why labor celebrations, they call it, where you have barbecues and things like that, it's because of America's great upheaval, a social unrest that was really big in 1887. Oh, they hung people for this. 18, no, I said 18, hold it. So, the times, I'm considering the beginning point to a say now myself. So New York City and key places. I because of wanted to tell me to chill me. Let me know. Go. I'm back. It dropped. I'm back. If you can see me, and this happens on StreamYard a lot. My Wi-Fi is fine. Back? Okay. Weird. StreamYard. Okay, good. All right, so I want to talk about something else. Much better. Thank you, Miss Ian. All right, so I want to talk about something else now. All right, so let's talk about Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine, this is from the New York Post, dated September 4th. And 3:47 p.m. This was submitted by Mark Moore. So, Ukraine's Zelensky, the guy that does the twerking and the stilettos, that the guy that we are told is the president of Ukraine. He's a handsome guy. I'll give that to him. A cutie, according to whatever standards we have in this world. I don't know. He's not my cup of tea, but I think people have crushes on the guy. And I think he thinks he is a big deal himself. You know, he did Paddington Bear, the voice to Patty. He does comedy. He's an all-round Renaissance man because he can dance in heels, something I can't do. I couldn't wear stilettos and twerk around, but he can. He's multifaceted, this guy, Voldemort Zelensky. He's the president of a country that is at war with Russia. I'll let that sink in. A guy who dances and twerks around in stilettos is the president of a country at war with Russia. Russia. Okay. And Zelensky is warning, you know how he likes to warn of a brutal winter as Russia shuts off gas pipeline. President Volodymyr Zelensky warned Ukrainians and their European allies to prepare for a bleak winter after Russia halted the flow of natural gas in a vital pipeline to the continent. So, this winter, Russia is preparing for a decisive energy attack on all Europeans, he said, adding that Moscow's intent is to weaken and intimidate the entire Europe, every state. Now, listen to the language here. He mentions state. So we have states here. They have states all over. So the European states. Hey, Big Pontiac, welcome. So nice that you came by. I haven't seen you in a bit, but I love when you come by and say hi to us. Hang out with us. Rosie Pie. Hey, Rosie. Can you twerk around in stilettos like Voldemort? I mean, Voldemort is something else, baby, right? He does he's doing too much, okay? As they say, doing too much. So this Voldemort is having I don't know, he's stirring the pot up, and there's a pipeline that runs under the Baltic Sea and connects Russia to Germany. So it's all connected there, you see? Hello, Kay Grace. Thank you for the super chat. I love it. Happy Labor Day. Thanks for your labor. You are much appreciated. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you, Kay. Oh, wow. I love it. Oh, Tina, you made it. Hey, Tina. Yes, my phone is crazy. Oh, Tina, sis, I know, okay? All of my technology has been tripping, okay? So it's been drawing, okay? Okay, so Baltimore is wearing something. I got to tell you what he's wearing. I wish I could show you, but on this device, I can't. I haven't figured it out. But baby, Voldemort, I would wear this, okay? It's cute. It looks like a boiled wool kind of jacket. Boiled wool is something my mother says. You know, isn't that something my mother would always say, "Oh, I always had you in boiled wool coats." And I'm like, "What?" So, this looks like a boiled wool kind of green looks like a shirt. It looks very traditional, and it has like embroidery. It looks like, wait, let me pull it up. This thing is cute, y'all. Maybe I can show you. Don't laugh, because look, I told you I dropped my phone. Okay, let me see. Can you see this? Look at Voldemort. You see you see it? This is his little outfit. Is that cute? That's him. So I wanted you to see it real close up. Look at all the little embroidery. This little thing is cute when he wants to be. Look at him. Look at him in his little outfit. I like this little shirt. You know what it is, everybody? I like embroidery. Embroidery is adorable to me. So this is who we're talking about, okay? He's a mess. He is a hot mess. So you know what he's about to do. You know what he's about to do. You know when you have cousins and they call, you're like, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, really? Yeah. So your car broke down?" "Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, they turned off the what? They turned off your electricity? Oh my God. What? Oh, oh, okay. And now you're on the phone and you know what's about to happen, right? What's about to happen? And what else? Oh my God. And oh my God, that happened too? Oh no, you need rent? You need rent money? Oh my God. You don't have any food in the refrigerator? Oh, okay. Uh-oh. What's about to happen? Voldemort's on the phone, everybody, and he's saying that a brutal winter's coming. Voldemort's on the phone, everybody, and he's saying that a brutal winter is coming to Ukraine. What does anybody want to take this call? Voldemort's telling you now we're about to cut off the electric. What, Voldemort? So the turbine, they don't work. Wait, still here. I think that I think I got a bad connection here. Wait a minute. What did you say? I'm back. Okay. Rosie, did the phone call get too real? Hold it, he's calling back. Hold it, wait a minute, Voldemort. What, Voldemort? It was a bad connection. I didn't hang up on you. I didn't hang up on you. You were just about to tell me what Vlad is doing to you. Stand by. Okay, everybody, get ready to write a check. Taxpayers, you too, Joseph. Get your checkbook open, Joseph. I don't care that you're in Ireland, okay? You're about to get RICO'd. We're all getting RICO'd in the chatmosphere. It's going to be a RICO. They're going to tax us a RICO tax payment. So wait a minute, Voldemort. Wait. I got some information about. Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. It says that we already sent you U.S. military aid since February 24th. We've sent you $12.7 billion as of the end of August, Voldemort. Now, I know you were twerking, and I know that JoJo Magoo made it rain. He really made it rain. $12.7 billion, everybody. Okay, so you're already out of money? And the lights are wait a minute. You can't buy stilettos? Well, Voldemort, I don't think stilettos are important right now when your people are facing a war. Can we focus on important things? Taxpayers, are you ready? I think he wants $3 billion. Okay, let me talk to. We'll call you back. Don't call us. We'll call you. Okay, everybody. So that's what happens, right? That's what happens when you answer the phone and they start telling you about the bad winter. It's a brutal winter coming, and we need more money. Ukraine is saying, can you all? I know that there's some bad drinking water in Jackson, Mississippi, but you've had that since Obama was in office. What's the big deal? That's been going on since Obama. The bad drinking water. But please send us $3 billion. Are you ready, everybody? Are your pocketbook open? Wait a minute. I think Phyllis. I want to thank you, Phyllis, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We were going in and out with that phone call. That was a powerful connection to the Ukraine. We're right in the walk-in closet of Voldemort. And he's going to call back everybody until he gets the money that he's looking for. Okay, so let me invite you in to talk about the money that you're about to pay. The money that you're about to pay to the Ukraine. Yeah, I know, people can't drink water in Jackson, Mississippi. How is that still a problem? How? Why is that still happening? Okay, here you are. Come on in. I want to talk to you. Let's talk. I got the spoon out. Come on. Let's see who's here. Hey, Wyoming chick. Pocket chains. $3 billion? We've already paid 12.7. And he twerked around. Did you see when he twerked around? Do you want him twerking more? What's he got to do for this one? What does he have to twerk in heels, or are we gonna up the ante? I don't think he's good at twerking. We might need to send some of our twerkers over there, teach him how to twerk for all these billions of dollars. We might need to send the stallion over there, the stallion and Cardi B and all of those people. Send them over there, Beyonce, so they could teach him how to twerk. Because he's not that good. He's not that good. Music Blue. Well, hello. Welcome. Okay, anybody coming? That is the link. Come on in. Come out of the bushes, as they say. Jump out of the bushes on Labor Day. Come on. Aurora, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. I'll keep the link free for you all to come on in. I will see you when you jump into the back, what do they call it? The backstage. Come on in and talk. How do you feel about $12.7 billion going over to Ukraine? And now a new amount of billions, maybe 3 or more. I lost track. It's a lot of billions. But all I know is Jackson, Mississippi has had bad drinking water for a long time. And that's a disgrace. When you have Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi, if you look into those two areas, you will realize that this has been going on too long. Okay, is it not up, the link? Karen, I can't put it in the, for some reason, it doesn't let me do it. Okay, check. Do you see it? The link? Phyllis is asking, why do they not have water? Well, Phyllis, let me look into it. They have water, but it is not drinkable water. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up to whatever today's date. Let me see what the latest, because it's been an ongoing problem. I haven't paid attention to it over the years, but I know that actually one content creator who does really good research, she had done a report about Jackson, Mississippi a few years ago, at least 5-6 years ago. She did a report on it, and it was really, really eye-opening. Let's see. You have to post link in YouTube, not StreamYard chat. Oh, okay. So I have to put it in YouTube. Okay, wait a minute. Hold it. Let me go to YouTube. You know what I tried to do with that? I thought I could pin it. But if I go into YouTube, I don't want to cause a problem. Hold it, everybody. I'm going to put the... Oh my gosh, it worked the last time though. Remember you? Oh, there you are. Karen has it. Thank you, Karen. Okay, Karen fixed it, so I don't have to. I don't want a chance like going out of the app. You know how they've been messing with me. I have to say it's StreamYard doing it. It's not YouTube this time. It's not Susan Wojcicki and all of those lizards. Not this time. It's whoever StreamYard. After this, I'm gonna give you some feedback. StreamYard. Yeah, pin it. Can you pin it? Can I pin it? Let me see if I can pin it. Oh no, star the comment. Is that pinning it? I starred it. I starred. Will that work? Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to tell you about Jackson, Mississippi, and the water that is undrinkable. Okay. Jackson, Mississippi water crisis. Biden approves emergency declaration FEMA aid. So they approved an emergency declaration after flooding. So they're experiencing flooding. FEMA announced Wednesday, let me see the date of this. So this is August 31st, that federal emergency aid had been made available to supplement state response efforts to the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. So they're going to get some funding I don't like FEMA either, Tina. I don't like FEMA because it seems like they're down there a lot, but I don't know. It's just it's a bad feeling I get. Like I said, Jackson, Mississippi has been experiencing the water crisis for a while. Okay, somebody jumped in. Okay, who is that? Karen's here. Hey, Karen, to the stream. Anybody else? Come on in. Come on down and call in. Jump out of the bushes. Karen just jumped out of the bushes. Hey, Karen, where are you? Look at that. Karen is
I'm
enjoying
on
her
my line.
life.
I'm on my front line. I'm on my line.
I love it. Front line, everybody. That's her family. They represent and they are front line in it. Oh, wow. What a beautiful view. What? That's gorgeous. Love it.
Thank you, mother.
That is so nice, Karen. You are enjoying yourself. We're loving all the pictures and stuff you share is so nice. So
I take
talk to us.
Jennifer's chat wherever I go, Jen. You know I take your chat wherever I go.
Thank you. Thanks. What do you think about this stuff what did you think about Labor Day? Because you're from New York and it's a big, union city. What do you think about all that?
Labor Day, I see it as a big dupe.
Oh, okay.
I see it as a big propaganda Labor Day. They give us a day, but do they give us our real rights, our real labor rights? You know, so many things they make a holiday. It's just insane. One day we celebrate something that we do each and every day. And I think laborers, workers, frontline people should be on it every single day. You know, it's just it's crazy how they make these days and people fall into the trap. Oh, today, no, every day. I think laborers should be on it. You know, people put hard work into just building this country, just in every way. Like frontline workers. I mean, you was a frontline worker. I was a frontline worker. You know, and we should be on it every day for the things that we do or we have done. But hey, I guess they give us this day and want us to go crazy about one day, and then tomorrow get up and act like today didn't exist. I'm just
Yeah.
living life.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at this. Rosie Pie is here in the chat. Hello, Rosie Pie.
Hey,
Thank
good
you for
morning.
joining, sis. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. What do you have to say? What's going on? Like, how's it going out in Cali?
It's hot. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all.
real hot, huh?
Can't do
But
anything. I don't even want to go outside. It's too bright. Everything.
oh wow, really? Oh wow, everyone in Cali. So you're staying in, staying cool.
Mm-hmm. Just
Wow,
relaxing.
that's good, Rosie. So
Watching YouTube.
what you think about the Labor Day? Did you know, like, if you were on a whatever a show, would you have known that about Labor Day?
No, I don't know. I didn't even know what it it was Labor Day.
Right, right.
I'm like, what is Labor Day? Like, I'm like, today's Labor Day. Because my son didn't have to go to school. That's how I knew it was Labor Day
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or a holiday.
Right. Exactly. So, in Labor Days in the past, what did you like? You had fun. You did the whole whatever barbecue thing in the past, or what?
I don't know, stuff like that I do all the time. It don't take a Labor Day or nothing like this for me to do that stuff. I do
Oh,
that all the time. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Like I try to celebrate like my birthday every day, holidays every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Nice.
no different. Like when you do celebrate, if I was going to barbecue today, it'll just be like another barbecue on a summer day.
Mm-hmm.
Except, there's going to be more people because they didn't have to go to school or work.
Right. Right.
That's all.
Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that we now, right now, it may be what you're doing too. I'm reevaluating holidays, period. Like all holidays, I put them all on the table to reevaluate them, and they just don't have the same. I don't know. Since 2020, every holiday that's come, it just didn't feel the same. Have you all experienced that?
Hmm. Yeah. Holidays, you know what? Before I didn't even want to do holidays. Now, because you could see what's really going on behind them. It's it's like really hard not to be part of it, because it's just like we're like really programmed to do these things regardless. So
Right.
like I never gave it 100% before. Like I said, I'd always try to stretch my holidays out to every day, like a
Nice.
vacation.
That's good.
Hmm. Hmm.
How about you, Karen? What do the holidays seem like since like 2020? What
Well,
does it seem like?
to me, it's like Rosie said, it's like we're pre-programmed to celebrate certain things, but it's like it's like another day for me. Like I don't get all rambunctious and excited about things anymore. And Rosie played a big part in me opening my heart and loving again. Like, opening my heart to that, because at one time I was very angry about everything, and I just wanted to give up. I was done. But my soul sister here played a big part, in me opening my heart and just seeing like take every day, day by day. And if you got over all the old problems, you'll get over anything that's in front of you, and just take day by day is another day. It's just another day. Just grateful for it. I don't put too many labels on things anymore. I just try to go with the flow, go with my discernment, appreciate everything that I have in my life. Everything, like appreciate the moment, appreciate and just be grateful. Like I don't say anymore, oh, tomorrow's Labor Day, we're gonna go buy a whole slew of food and we're gonna cook. No, tomorrow is another day. Whatever happens, happens. It goes with the flow. The only thing I get excited about is born day. I don't say birthday anymore. I say happy born day. Another God's promotion. There's another promotion God gave us, you know, to see another age, because I believe our age is a lie anyway. But I just try to go with the flow and move in discernment. That's it.
Good. That's nice. That's nice. Real nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's my soul sister right there. That's been a
Yeah.
journey. Jen. She's a close
Yes.
knit soul sister to me.
Hmm.
I speak to them regularly. And Rosie is like the number one person that has really helped me evolve, Rosie, because I was finished. I was like, I'm done with this planet. I'm done. I'm ready to get off. And you was like, no, you came here for a reason. There's a reason why you're still here. And
Yep.
I'm grateful for you. I'm just grateful for not anything. I'm grateful for everything.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's so nice. Rosie, look at that. You have done so much for so many people. Like you've been just solid, really
She's been
solid.
a pillar in my life. She's definitely been a pillar in my life.
That's
She
awesome.
definitely has been a pillar to keep me going forward. Like Rosie is one of the major people to get me like here where I am so inspirational, because the trauma that I went through, I'm ready to take everything out. Just take it all out. Take it out.
Hmm.
And Rosie
Right.
like, nah, we can't be like that. We just have to be more loving, more understanding. And
Hmm.
in time, that resonated with me, and that's just how I am now, right? Rosie is like, no, look at the brighter side of
Oh my
everything. Now
God,
I'm the one
Karen,
that's
you did that all. You did that all yourself. You have changed so much. You have grown. You did have a lot of aim. Like, you were like, really like, I don't know how to say it, like
say it.
passionate about how you felt. And, to understand and just, live in the present. Well, that's what you do, and think positive. That's so easy. Everything just unfolds without
Hmm.
even worrying about it. That's if you think that way, then your day is going to be that way. Like,
And it definitely has manifested, Rosie. You know, sis. Things out of literally nothing. God wins, like literally nothing. And it's just so amazing that, like, I started this journey with many of you guys like 2 years ago, right? And look where we at today on this Labor Day. We're doing our labor, putting
Wow.
frequencies, good frequencies, positive frequencies back into the universe.
Mhm.
And Jen, like, you don't like, I don't know if it really resonates with you, like how many people you really touch.
You all
yeah,
touch.
I know. You touch me too. Like, you're really my sister. Like, you're my, like, soul sister. Like, for
Right,
real. You
Rosie.
can't
For
believe
real,
it.
for
Because,
real. Like,
yeah.
We are.
right,
We are.
Rosie? Like, we're gonna hold the torch. Rosie attitude is nah, we gonna hold that torch for Jen, right? Like,
Yeah.
nah, we
You
gonna hold
guys
that
have.
torch.
You really have. Like, you've been so solid. Like, we have, like you said, we've all changed. Like, we met here. And I know some people are like, you can't be close with people you meet on. Listen, I'm here to tell you, like, remember I shared that story of when I missed the airplane? I missed the flight because of TSA. I was leaving out of LA. I was headed to Philly. And I missed the flight. I was going to go back home, but there was an older couple that traveled a lot, and they were saying, no, 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 go. We learn through traveling as you always go towards your destination. You don't,
Never
like,
go
I
back.
could have, even though I was inconvenienced because I had flown out of John Wayne Airport, so I was all the way in Orange County, but I lived in Thousand Oaks. So I was like, damn, okay, so now I got to drive all the way back up to Thousand Oaks and the traffic and the everything. But you know what? The couple said, no, don't go back home. Don't go, because the airline was like, we could put you on a flight the next day. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, no, find a flight that takes you closer to where you're going and have them put you up or whatever. And so I talked to the air, and they were like, we could fly you into Dallas. And I flew into Dallas, and I was always posting like stuff on, oh, this happened, I missed my flight. And one of my friends I met on Facebook, everybody. Now, I'm not saying like do dangerous things, but I'm just saying, your discernment, okay? I knew her on Facebook for years, right? We started like when Facebook was new. And she knew a lot of people that I knew. Like, I hadn't met her, but she knew people from college, from like Spelman and Morehouse. So it was like but she saw that I was in Dallas. She invited me to her home. I went to her home, and I had a friend with me. She put us up. She rolled out the hospitality. I can't even explain to you. It was so amazing. And she made sure we had breakfast. She had extra toothbrushes. She was like, hospitality, everybody, is a gift from God. It is not something
Right.
everybody knows how to do. But you could tell this. Now, she has the real spirit of hospitality. She had all these extra toothbrushes. She had underwear. Can you imagine, like, brand new underwear? She was like, if you need underwear, don't worry. And I got you. I was like, gosh, she had everything, okay? So when we got back to the airport in Dallas to fly to Philadelphia, like I shared the other day, it was so powerful. The flight number to the very first flight out was flight 1776.
1776.
Yes. And it was one of the most beautiful flights. It was like we took off, and the sun was coming up, and it was so beautiful. And it was just like one of those moments that I'm telling you, like, the lessons there, and that's what this is like right now. I look at it as a marathon. Like I always say, like, I look and see who's still running, who's still over here. Y'all are still, and
It
Grow
is.
Code, and a lot of you in the chat atmosphere, y'all are right here. We're like running, and we're keeping a pace. It's a marathon, right? It is, right? Nipsey
It's
was right.
definitely a marathon, like they say. Some people say, can we really be that close? But we stick together like butter on toast and a little jam because we never ran. We trust the plan. We took a stand. We living in
Wow.
God's hands. We don't want to be great. We just want to create.
Nice. There you go. That's right, Sean. She had extra drawers. I know. I
Only
was
Sean.
impressed.
Only Sean.
That's another, but you know what? My mom is the same way. My mom has that same level of hospitality. So it was like I was meeting a kindred soul. You know, my mother would have a whole outfit for you. Like she would have had like, oh, I never took the tags off of this. It'll fit you. I got some shoes for you too. You're like, wow. So I mean, we came together during a time when the world was shut down. Imagine that.
It was
Crazy,
meant to
right?
be, though. God knows the plan.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
meant to be. It's just that
Mhm.
we have to trust in it. That's what faith is blind.
Mhm.
And when
Yeah.
when you really go all in and you trust it, it starts falling together. Rosie, like, you was just so right. It all starts falling together.
Mhm.
And anyone who has extra underclothes at their house, they top. That's grade A hospitality.
It is. Someone said they hear an echo again. Hold it. Let me go back into the settings. Sorry, everybody.
I'm gonna back out now and put the chat up for everyone. But love, peace, and light to all. And I just want to tell everyone, keep the faith. God wins. Trust me. He moves mountains, and He will create something literally out of nothing.
Thank you,
Bye,
Karen.
Karen. See you
Bye,
later.
Karen. Love you. Thank you so much. Awesome. Wow, Rosie, this has been
That was nice.
special. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you came on
Thank
because
you.
a lot of people don't know that we've been like I said, we've been traveling this road together. A lot of us have, and you've been such a stable, like you're there. And I feel good knowing you're out there. You're like, even though you're in California, it's such a connection. It's such a powerful connection.
Thank you. I feel the same way about you. Very
Thank you.
powerful connection. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for being strong for through this whole time. You have not stopped. You keep doing your videos through no matter what's going on. You're just an amazing person. I love watching your show
Well, thank
and
you.
watching what you've been doing. Like,
I,
I actually, it's been really weird. I mean, you have lots of good content, and
mhm,
there's so much more content to cover
mhm.
for this whole time. You could do shows. You could do a show all day long. You won't ever get boring.
Mm, it's a lot of content is right, and it,
Mhm.
it you know what I noticed, the content it transforms. Like sometimes I may want to do something and I'll go a different route. Like today even was an example when I wanted to jump right into the Voldemort Zelensky kind of thing and us sending all this freaking money to Ukraine. And then
Mhm.
I wanted to talk about Labor Day too because I was like, what is Labor Day? If somebody put me on, like if a foreigner or somebody ever came and asked me, I wouldn't really know other than what I said. Like my grandmother told me you can't wear white after Labor Day and all this other stuff. But just reading just the Wikipedia and realizing the 1800s factors in, I call the 1800s a person of interest. And then you have Chicago, New York, and now we're reading communist, socialist, anarchist, and bombings. And, when I read that thing twice, it sounded like listening to the news. Nothing has changed, right?
Mhm. I know. I know the information, oh my God, what you're just talking about is just deep. It goes
Wow.
deep. It's all connected, one thing after another, just what you're talking about. If that guy in Ukraine, the leader there, whoever he is, he's weird. And the fact that he's been weird forever, it's connected to everything that's going on over here. Everything's weird over here. It's all deep and it goes all sorts of ways. just, you know, like as long as I know it, I mean, I could just sit back and not even worry about it, you
That's
know,
right. That's
because you
right.
can't do nothing about it. You can't do anything about it.
Mm.
But I'm glad I know I'm glad I know everything I know.
Yeah, right. It is good to
Hmm.
know it. And we've gone through, like I said, it's a grieving process when you start waking up to the fact that, oh my God, my government is that corrupt. They literally gaslight me like that. Now it's so bad that I don't see how people don't see it, because if I happen to catch CNN or something, the level of wicked gaslighting, it puts a shiver through me, because I'm like, these people are really taking money and lying to the public. That is so dangerous to our national security. You know how the, like, all of those anchors were all saying the same thing? Haven't you seen that? They're like, there's a
Hmm.
threat to our, they're all saying the same thing. It's like, these people are the lowest scum. Like Mike Tyson said, they're the scum of the scum, you know, who would
Hmm.
lie to the people on this level. And you know, I read the other day on the radio show, do you remember the guy Tony Bobolinsky? I think I love saying his name, Bobolinsky, but
Hmm.
he was the guy who had this, he had a press conference and I watched it. It was like, I heard he was going to have this press conference and he came out, he gave his information and he was like, no questions, and he walked off. Well, this press conference was so explosive, okay? I wonder how that didn't bring everything down, because it was a mic drop. This guy was like talking about, he is a he was a former business partner with Hunter Biden. Now he knows all the business dealings, like he started peeping the game and the Biden crime family. He knew, like, he was like, whoa, he had to step out, but he gave a video digital testimony. He's given all of these like receipts. I mean, he had everything, and the FBI interviewed him and basically didn't do anything with it. And also they had him come to like a different building in DC, like underground and all this, like, you know, secretive stuff. He had to go in the back door. And it turns out this guy is so credible. He's one of the most credible witnesses. He is like a decorated naval officer, like clean record. He has a high security clearance with the Department of Security, whatever. But the one department that he has one of the highest security clearances is the Department of Energy. And this security clearance is called a Q security clearance. Isn't that interesting? A Q clearance. And Tony Bobolinsky has a Q clearance. If I'm wrong, somebody fact check me. But I have read between the lines that Tony Bobolinsky has a Q clearance. So if he is giving testimony and his testimony is that explosive, guess what? He's entered the chat atmosphere again. He's now back in the cycles. So I read an article that dropped yesterday about Tony Bobolinsky, and it looks like he's back in play. Does anybody, have you heard about him, Rosie Pie? Like, what do you think is going to happen with the Hunter Biden thing? Like, how do you think JoJo Magoo, Dark Brandon is going to exit the world stage? How do you think it's going to go down?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever way it is, it's not going to be the way we think. And I have a great imagination and I thought of every way possible, and it's not going to be that way. Guaranteed. So there's nothing I can even imagine how it is going to go down. And I kind of know what you're talking about, who you're talking about, but I really don't. So I can't even comment on that part. But the whole time you're talking, I'm thinking that about Joe Podesta, how I just heard a couple of days ago that Joe Biden hired him for some climate thing. Did you hear that?
Oh no. No, I
Yeah,
haven't. So
yeah, and
Podesta.
that worries me. I don't like that.
Oh,
That's
I hadn't heard
crazy.
his name in a while. Podesta is backing
Right.
cycles. Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think that's huge. I think that's important. Like all this stuff
Mm-hmm.
that be going on, it confuses me on why it's happening, but I know it has to happen. And
Yes.
I know we've like, dodged a gang of bullets, you know what I'm saying? We could
Mhm.
be,
Oh yeah.
worse off.
We
So I'm really grateful every single day that,
good.
it's still moving along
Mm-hmm.
just
That's right.
fine. The sun's shining.
That's good.
It's all good. Right.
So
So I don't know. I'm not waiting around for anything like that to happen, or
good.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, sometimes I feel like, it's just going to like change in the blink of an eye, everything.
Could
So none of
be.
this stuff even matters sometimes. I think it's a big distraction. There's so many news things. It's just so a big distraction to keep you away from thinking about, you know, your peace at the a particular moment and how you want to be, living
Mm-hmm.
in that
Mm-hmm.
and not worry about all these other things that are just bringing your vibration really low, make you sad and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
watching that stuff, trying my hardest not to let it bother me. Just knowing, like I said, I want to know. So keep letting me know the information, even though it's low vibrational. I still know that it's there for a reason, and we gotta, you know, it makes some good things, better. When you
Yes.
look at it like that, when you're
Very.
grateful,
Yep.
we dodged a gang of bullets this
We
whole
have.
this whole year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This whole
That's
year,
good.
something, we've been waiting for, like,
Mm-hmm.
what the what do you call it? The economy to crash and stuff
Right.
like
Right.
that. Stuff
Right.
like that. I could be worried, but I'm not going to be worried because, I'm the type of person who's used to being broke. I think the only people that are really going to suffer are the people who are not used to, you know,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
being broke. They're rich. They're
Mm-hmm.
really going to have a problem, not us.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
yeah.
I hear you. And that's what's
Hi,
happening.
Lisa. Hi,
Look at that,
Lisa.
Tina. Look at that, Tina and Leisha. So, Tina,
I'll do
you
that.
have popped out. So, talk to us, Tina. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can everybody hear Tina?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I've been having so many issues with my phone this
Oh,
weekend with my app, so I wasn't even sure if the sound was working.
oh, okay.
But
We
it's
hear
great to
you.
be on with everyone.
Yes. Welcome, Tina. This
Uh,
is so special. You finally popped out.
I know I finally made it on, and
You
it's a
have.
horrible day because it's been raining here for like all weekend. So I've been
Uh-huh.
out in the rain and I've been soaked and my hair's a mess. But anyway, doesn't
You
matter.
look great. You look great. So
Uh, thank
talk to
you.
me about what you think about Labor Day. What are you doing? Like, or what's your thought? You hear the 1800s popping up again, right? What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Um, Labor Day to me is it's never been that big of a deal. Of course, I enjoyed it when I had a day off work.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really work in a place where I get Labor Day off now because I have like three jobs and one of them is a PRN job with the hospice. So there's not really, I don't
Mm-hmm.
really get Labor Day off now, but hey, it's great if people want to celebrate Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Um, I just think we're thrown a crumb. Like, hey, here's your little
Mm-hmm.
crumb for working.
Yeah.
For slaving for us.
Right.
That's the way I feel about it. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you've been watching The Man in the High Castle, I've been binging on that. It's
Oh, good.
So good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, I want to do something where we could talk about it. You're way ahead
Yeah.
of me. I watched only the first one. If anybody wants a really good series, I learned about it from Kevin Gillespie of Coffee and Kush, and it's called The
Oh, yeah.
Man in the High Castle, and it's
It's
on
great.
Amazon. Yeah,
Right.
it's really good. I want to have a discussion. I think he does something on his Patreon where they talk about it, but I'm so happy that I learned about it through him and you're
Yes.
enjoying it. That's awesome. So, Leisha is here from the UK.
Hi.
Leisha,
Hey,
thanks
Lisa.
for joining.
Oh,
How
thank you
are
for
you?
having me. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just in the middle of moving.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So, how is that going for you?
it's dragging, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things no one enjoys, but once you get settled, it'll be
Yeah,
painless.
yeah.
Good. Well, I hope it goes smoothly for you. So, what did you think about the whole Labor Day thing? Do you all have any kind of Labor Day
No,
celebration?
no,
No?
none over here.
No?
No.
Okay.
We had a new Prime Minister though today, a woman.
Oh,
Oh
really?
my God. Today's the first day you guys got a prime minister?
Yeah,
Wow.
A woman
she's,
prime minister?
yeah, a woman.
Today?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So, what's her name?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even follow politics, to be honest. Yeah.
It's not Meghan Markle, right? It's not Meghan Markle,
No,
is it?
no. Anything,
Okay.
anything you need to know about aliens and things like that, I'm your woman. I'm your girl.
Oh, okay. So tell us about the aliens, okay? What's going on with the aliens? Do I need to get oh wait, let me get my CBD. Go ahead and fill us in. Leisha has the floor, everybody. And she's
Well,
talking
about
The
about
aliens are invading.
2012, I had my first contact with them telepathically, and they
really?
said that they were going to come back in 10 years.
Oh, really?
And it's coming up. It's up to that 10 years now. So I said to Rosie it was last year, but it could be the end of this year.
Oh, okay. And what are we supposed to what should we do, Leisha? Please tell us uh how we should prepare for this. What's going on?
Just wait for them to contact you
Mm.
and keep meditating. Because meditating started this. It all started meditating with me.
Really?
Yeah.
So we want. Is this something we welcome? You want to have contact with them? Like, what are they? What are they,
Well,
basically?
the ones I speak to are from Geometry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say too much.
Mm-hmm.
They're just beautiful. They're like little children. Do you know what I mean? Ones I interact with, because they're always joking around with you and tickling you and things like that. So the ones I interact with are quite playful.
Hmm. So what is their purpose? Like, when for people who just are new to some of the stuff, like I'm curious to know people's experiences, but when you are having contact with these beings, do you feel how do you feel? Is it a feeling that you get,
Yeah,
or
it's like a warm breeze.
is it,
It's like a
you say
warm
it's a
breeze on
good
my
thing, you
face.
feel
Oh, I see them in the ships overnight.
safe?
But usually they whisper things into my ear. That broke up then, Jen.
I think are you still there,
Yeah.
Leisha? You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, we froze a little bit. Sorry. Oh, the StreamYard doesn't like this conversation either, huh?
No, no, but it started with the Pleiadians when I was like 3 years old. I used to have my dreams where I'd be with giant eggs in the atmosphere. And the Pleiadians saved me when I was about 3, 4. They came and got me.
They got you at 3 or 4 and took
Yeah.
you somewhere, saved you?
Yeah, they saved me. I remember
From what?
holding hands with them, and they took me across this grid, and there was other adults there in the background, and you had to get questions right to get across this grid. And somehow I made it across the grid, and everyone else just went beneath me.
Oh.
Alicia, are the Pleiadians, are they part of like the angelic hosts that are like
Yeah.
here to help? Okay, that's what I had heard,
They
but I
are
wasn't really
here
sure.
to help. There's good and bad in all.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I think, you know, there are some aliens that are actually part of the demonic, you know, they're part of the fallen angels, and
Yeah.
they're called aliens, but I know
Right.
there's also a group of angelic hosts that are considered aliens, if you want to call them that.
Yeah, I've even had shadow people behind me in my flat.
Yes.
I've got pictures of that, but someone told me to get rid of the pictures in case they come through your phone. So I've had to get rid of them.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody is asking Leisha, wait a minute, they said, is it spiritual or physical? Can you answer that for them, please?
Yeah, it's both. Because I've seen them in the presence and I've seen them in my dreams. So it's a bit of both.
Have you had any encounters with the aliens that are considered like the Greys, like the more demonic?
Well, I told them
Really?
they've got to get rid of all the bad ones first before they can take me to any planet. So it looks like they're doing that now. They're getting rid of all the bad ones.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So, okay, now, in terms of people that believe in a more like Christian, like a Judeo-Christian background, because I hear what Tina's asking, and Tina and I, like, we process very similar. Like,
Yes.
so what are you saying, Tina? Is it like you're saying this could be the angelic host that those are the terms we use? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that maybe the angelic host could be aliens to some people, you know,
Well,
appear as aliens.
My bloodline goes back to Napoleon and the Knights Templars.
Okay.
So there's there is a lot of that there, do you know what I mean? But I know which ones to trust and which ones not to.
Right, because I think that's the thing is there are angelic hosts, and those are the angels that had not fallen. Those are the ones that are still the 2/3 that are still, you know, fighting for us. And then there's that 1/3 of fallen that are if you want to say, some aliens they have taken on that form. These demonic have taken on the form of those aliens that are like the Greys, the ones that are like the reptilians, the shapeshifters. Is that right,
Well,
Leisha?
I had a baby in 1997, and they wouldn't let me see the baby. The baby passed away, and they wouldn't let me look at the baby. Now, a couple of nights before, I had a dream that I was in an alien ship with Greys.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was pregnant a couple of days later, and they wouldn't show me the baby in the hospital at all. They wouldn't talk about it again or anything. They just pushed it aside and sent me home.
Well, how do you feel about that?
Bad, because I'm still wondering to this day, was it a boy or a girl? You know?
Do you feel any like connection? Do you have some like connection that you feel, in your spirit about this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's with the Greys.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think this is a hard concept for a lot of people to really accept, especially in view of, like you were saying, Jen, with this, the Christian viewpoint.
Mhm.
But I don't
Well,
think
I'm a
everything is
Protestant.
going to look exactly like we think it's supposed to look,
Right.
biblically. So
Mhm.
I've had to open my eyes and be a lot more accepting that things are a little bit different than what I thought they were going to be. But I
Mhm.
still try to frame it all back in a biblical way,
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
wisdom and discernment about it.
Right, right. Yeah. Like anchored in, because see, in terms of sometimes, like, with what's interesting about this group of ours and anybody who's new to this, we have a diversity of thought here. It's not
Right.
just, a lot of people think we're just really like, oh, they're all MAGA Republicans and they're crazy about this and that. We have people like, okay, Sister Leisha here, who's from the UK, has had experiences with extraterrestrials on a level that she has testimonies. I see here where Karen is like, share your story. So you have a story.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not one, like, even though I came out of the very ultra Christian type of, I would say programming a lot,
I
because
did too.
the things that we're
I did
learning
too.
now, for like me, I'm waking up and I was angry at a lot of things. And one of the biggest things that I have to say that I was struggling with, and I still struggle with, is the fact that we were told in Christianity, especially, like, I was part of the whole, like, the non-denominational churches, and they get you to believe that there's a group of people who have been chosen and they stand above
Yes.
everyone else, and
I was,
we're not to question anything that they do, and
I
they
went
don't
through that
even
same
believe in,
thing.
like, they don't even accept the stuff, like, more about their beliefs and stuff. They're more secular. They
Yes.
hate Jesus, like, they hate Jesus, like, in terms of, like,
Oh, I
they
know.
go ree. So you're like, okay, so they're supposed to be the people that came from his tribe, but when you mention him, they're like ree. So I'm
Exactly.
confused here.
well,
Okay.
the story I know goes back with the family books that got robbed many years ago in the 11th century. All my family got massacred and then burnt on the stake in the 1100s. The story goes with Jesus in the book that he went into a dark tunnel to try and deal with these entities and came out mad.
Hmm. Well, see, the historical narrative, now that, we're starting to look into this, it's like, okay, I am starting to see that the real history, like modern history, in terms of what I can touch and really, really, like, find a lot of receipts, is like the 1800s. Like, for some reason,
Yes. That's
something
me as
happened.
well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're starting to wake up to the fact that possibly the great flood of Noah might not have happened as far back as we think. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a head tripper right there when you think about that. And when you look at the 1800s, you're like, okay, this whole 1800s thing, something very biblical happened. We've been
Right.
lied to, and that's when we lost control of the truth, was in the
And I
1800s,
think
right?
that's when I think they're trying to do that again. I think they're starting
Yes.
to try to erase our history and everything again. You can see the stage being set for what they're trying to do.
Yep.
So
well,
yeah,
the beings have got a name for me. They call me Anana.
Anana. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Oh, wow. What does that translate to? Have you ever looked into the
she's one of the queens of the Sumerian gods.
oh, so they recognize you as like, you're saying, a god to them?
Yeah, and they've said I've been Isis and Sheba.
Oh, so this is like the same, is this like the Egyptian type of pan what is it? What am I trying to say? The gods of the Egyptian.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is connected, like in terms of the extraterrestrials are connected to Egypt. Like how? How is that connection made?
Well, it's made in Mesopotamia, isn't it? The Sumerians.
Okay. So Sumerian, and like when we think of the Tower of Babel, like, because I have to pin it down to something like, so it looks like when we look into the Sumerian, what are the clay tablets, and we learned about Gilgamesh. Like I did all this stuff. Like I learned so much. Like I had never looked into this stuff, but Gilgamesh could possibly be Nimrod of the
Yeah,
biblical text. So you're
yeah.
okay. How about Tina? What do you think of Gilgamesh Nimrod? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. And I remember you doing that whole show on that. It was very interesting. I just sort of have a little problem with uh the gods, like the Shiva, the Egyptian gods, because I think they're demonic. I don't have a good feeling about them. And I think the Bible does tell us, we know there's more than the Most High. There are gods, That's why we were told in the commandments, not to have, not to put any gods before, the Most High, not to have any idols. And I think you have to be careful about those little gods, those,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they do have power. They have, they're part of what's, been wreaking havoc here from the beginning.
Yeah. And also, you know what? Okay. Now, when I was growing up, I had a real fascination for this subject matter. And growing up at that time, there were a lot of history shows. We didn't have a whole lot of channels to choose from. So it was like
Right.
you pretty much watched the basic, channels. And you know how they always
Yeah.
had the educational things and then books at the library. And I was always gravitating towards the UFO stuff. And I
Yeah.
told everybody about that kids book, and you all helped me. It was called something about mushroom or something. It was about these mushrooms, and the kids went on an adventure to this other planet with the mushrooms. And I would read these book like series. And one day I had an experience that I didn't know how to explain it, but it was like the sky had opened up. It was after a rainy time, and there were some like vessels that came out of the clouds, and I wasn't the only kid that saw it. Other, like my little playmates, we all looked at each other and said, "Did you see that?" And it was like
Mhm.
it happened real fast. It went away as fast as it came. And I've always like wondered about it. And right now at this stage in like my journey, I love talking about these things. The one thing I do want to like really flesh out more in these kind of like, I love that we can all talk like different diverse opinions and stuff.
Yes.
But when it comes down to law and order, like, we
Mhm.
hear this being said a lot, and I'm feeling it right now. I'm really gravitating to law and order and truth, but law. And the law that I can find that has an authority in terms of everything should sort of base itself off the, like, okay, the 10 commandments is law to me. It's like
Right.
if this nation and its origin and documents are based on those laws, and this is the way to have a civilization based on laws, I always wonder okay, so if we're talking about UFOs and aliens and stuff, what is their relationship to how we get back to a lawful civilization? What is their part that they play in it? Do they acknowledge the laws of the creator? See, like,
I think
how does
if
that?
they're part of the heavenly hosts that are, on the side of the Most High, then I think so. But if you're talking about the fallen ones, the grays, the demonic type aliens, um, you know, they're here to usher in chaos. They're here to work alongside the elites, the cabal, the Nazis, whatever you want to call them, to help take us down. But the good thing is that's only 1/3 of the fallen, and we have 2/3 that are still, you know, working with God to help us. So, you know, that's the way I see it. I think we have to have an open mind when it comes to UFOs and aliens and all that too. Yeah, they do. They exist. They're here. Have been here for a long time. So, but we just have to sort of figure out how that fits into our biblical narrative, and it does. But a lot of things, of course, we know there was a lot of manipulation with the Bible and what's been in it and what's been left out. But if you look at some of the uncanonized, you know, other books such as you know, we've talked about before, then sometimes you can find some information in those things that sort of help you understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. And Phyllis, appreciate your point there. So we can find a lot of common ground, everyone, as you can see. Now, 1/3 is the amount of bad angels that fell. So
Right.
when we're talking about angelic beings, and you know, if Leisha's calling, if you know, UFOs, that to me, it's not a problem. I can understand, because we have,
Right.
if you read the text of the Bible, a lot of, like, if you read Ezekiel and the wheels and the eyes and the wheels and the eyes,
Yes.
you're like, okay, I'm
Ezekiel
not,
gives
this
you a
is
lot.
something, yeah, this is like really deep here. But
And like
what's that, Leisha?
Josephus and some of the historians.
They told me that was my angel.
Oh, okay. So which angel?
Ezekiel. Yeah, and it's my name
Ezekiel.
backwards.
Oh, Ezekiel. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Ezekiel. Yeah.
Wow. Now, how did you grow up, Leisha? Like, what was your, like, growing up? Was it in a religious type of home, or what
No,
type?
no.
No.
Me nana was a gypsy. My granddad was a Jew. And he said never to join the army or the police force or any of them type of big companies. And he did say that one day I'd have to go back into the rock. I never understood what he meant by that, unless he means go back into the underworld. But I don't know. Yeah, my background was normal, Jen.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 sisters, 2 brothers,
Okay.
and we just grew up normal. Apart from
Oh.
the times where we'd have lights coming in through the bedroom window and things like that.
Nice.
And my sister would be trying to get dragged out of the bedroom window and I'd be pulling her back in, or she'd be sleepwalking.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, in terms of where we are, like where you are, your country, and the things that are going on, what is your outlook on England? You know, and just the things that are going on there.
Yeah, well, they said that we're going to have a blackout in January. So the lights and the electric and all that be going off.
Okay, and that would be this coming
Yeah,
January.
yeah.
Okay.
And before
So,
they'd got a shortage of water and food and things like that.
okay. How are
I
your
think everyone
supplies?
definitely needs to be prepared. I think
Yeah,
we all need to have some sort of you know, supply, food, water, you know, some kind of backup, because I think we all can feel something is coming, something is going to happen.
Right.
yeah.
You just know it.
Hmm. Hmm. What are your store shelves like over in England?
Oh, nearly empty, especially for meats.
Okay. So, in terms of people's morale, what are people waking up more, or what are you finding? Are you moving about in public, or what?
Yeah, moving about in public, but Hardly anyone's woke up over here. They're all still sleeping like sheep.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Joseph says in Ireland. It's a lot of people that are still sleeping.
Yeah.
So what? So in terms of the sleepiness that's going on, what do you think will wake the people up? You think it'll be like it'll take that long? What's the process that you're noticing or sensing?
Oh, it'll be next year before we get any process going, I think. Any good news or anything. It's going to be next year. Because they
Okay.
reckon that we might be going back into COVID for Christmas, but that's a rumour.
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
So they're saying you'll be shut down again for COVID in
Yeah.
England? Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh boy. Unreal. So what time of year are they saying that's going to happen? You said when?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, what about your figgy puddings for Christmas? Do you eat those puddings and stuff? Is that big?
Yeah.
Is that something you like them? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like Pink Floyd. Leave those kids alone.
Yeah.
So, Rosie, what are the store shelves like in your part of Cali? What's it looking like?
It looks normal. Everything looks good. It's just real expensive, just 3 times what you normally pay
Right.
for the same thing. I mean, I'm actually impressed because I'm seeing more variety, like organic and stuff like that too. I'm like wondering what happens to all this stuff when it goes bad. Like, who's buying this expensive cheese that I know? I mean, I'll splurge out for food, but like, there's cheese that I won't buy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like wondering what happens to all this leftovers. You know what I mean? Why can't this be cheaper so we can buy it and get it out the way before it goes bad? But it's out there expensive as heck.
Yeah.
But it's out there, variety. There's no shortage on nothing. I mean, but it's crazy when you got to pay like $5 for 12 eggs.
Wow.
That's how much they cost. It can't get more if you want the organic ones or the brown ones or something like that. They get more like that's just ridiculous.
I agree. I agree.
They make the
Wait,
healthy food cost so much, and the processed cheap food that's bad for us is cheap.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. How's it looking over in your area, Tina? The store shelves.
you know, I have noticed that there are some scarcity on some products. I've noticed it more lately. Um, where I am, though, we are really very fortunate. Though there are so many people around here that grow their own food, that have gardens. You know, and I have a few things that so there's farmer markets. There's more options. But yeah, the prices are ridiculous, especially on the healthier foods. But we have a Mennonite community not far from me, and they sell very, very good produce and home baked goods and things like that. But yeah, I think everybody is noticing that there are a lot of things that are not being restocked. I've noticed that.
Yes, yes. I'm noticing that. Like, I like to go to TJ Maxx and find really inexpensive things. Like, if you like to eat better foods and you don't want to pay the higher prices, you could, go to TJ Maxx and find jams that are not made with
Right.
high fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be a little bit cheaper. I've noticed, like, going into TJ Maxx into those areas, there it's empty, and I've told you all, I talked to the managers, try to strike up a conversation like, oh, are you going to be stocking this or this? and
Right.
and they look at me like they know, like they're like, she knows, what am I supposed to
Hmm.
say? So it seems like they're reading from a script and they don't want to let on.
Probably are.
Yeah, right. And so I say, yeah, it's been, and they try to gaslight me real nicely. They're like, oh, we'll have a truck on Tuesday. Like, hurry up and
Hmm.
get out Tuesday. And so I'm like, well, you said that every month for 6 months now, and
Right.
it's like, what's really happening here? But I've come to accept that certain things that I might have liked and got used to, maybe in the TJ Maxx, like that way, I'm not going to find them there anymore. So maybe I'll find them online if I really want to look. But what I am going through is a process of eliminating the need for all this stuff, like simplifying my diet.
Good.
Like, why do I need to have all these things? I think that comes from an empire that has become decadent.
Yeah.
We have become so decadent that, sometimes when I would travel with my cousins, we joked around about one cousin, because here we are in Cuba and she's like, oh, the water pressure is really nice here. And we're like, okay, that's the first thing you notice, the water
Right.
pressure. It's so American to think like, oh,
Yeah.
the water pressure in a shower, but we have been very, very decadent. I mean, some people call it blessings, but I
Mhm.
don't think it's a blessing to have so much and just gorging yourself on overabundance and overindulgence, rather. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's my opinion. It's overwhelming when I go into a cereal aisle and every cereal
Definitely.
is like sugary, it's like cookies and
Yes.
cream and
Mm,
M&M cereal and this cereal. You're like, no
mm,
wonder.
mm.
Okay, no wonder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just
I was
getting
just
back to the
thinking all this
basics and
stuff
simple
can go
life.
on a shortage. I mean, the cereal just, yeah, I had to speak because I seen a video where there was little metal inside the cereal. And I don't hardly eat cereal, but the last time I did, I tried it and I couldn't even eat it. Couldn't even finish it because I was thinking about the metal. And then like the meat, if there is a meat shortage, I'm okay with that because I don't want to eat the meat anyway.
I
Like
don't
I want
trust the
to,
meat unless you get it from a
yeah,
local farm
it's
source.
disgusting,
Can't
and I don't
trust
even
it.
know why I want to buy it because it's
Yeah.
there. And then you
Yeah,
can end up, eating some good food after you cook it and stuff. But I really gotta burn it, like extra cook it and
yeah.
focus on like I don't know,
Mm.
making it good, good enough to eat. That's the same with the fruit, bread. Everything's going
Yes.
bad soon. Like you
Yeah,
We
can't
got
even
to learn
smell
to make
good.
our own
yeah,
things,
we do.
so we know
Mhm.
We do.
what's there, what's in it.
Yeah,
It's
if there's
it's
no more milk, we shouldn't be drinking milk anyway. Things
Yeah,
like that. So if
yeah.
well.
there's
Listen,
a
I have enjoyed being on with you guys, but I have got to go. I've got a little work to do, but enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Blessings to
Tina.
you all.
Blessings, Tina. Love you.
Love
Take
you.
love
care.
you.
Bye.
I love your
Yes.
point of view on everything.
Yes. Such a
Okay.
blessing.
Hmm.
Yeah, like you were saying, um, you don't want to eat as much like meat and stuff, and I I I see this time period as some people would get scared, like, oh no, it's empty shelves. But if you calm down and really just tap in and realize, okay, when I was growing up, did we have all this stuff? And was I living a good life? We didn't have all this overindulgence and things, and it's too many choices. And if
Hmm.
we simplify ourselves, I believe this is part of what I keep calling a renaissance and a jubilee, where we get back to organic and making sense again, law and order, because it's unlawful to be gluttonous. I mean, why do we have to have so much stuff, so much meat? Do we need that much meat?
Mm-mm. What's going to happen, like, if everyone prepares and they get all this meat, like, like the survivals, like, preparing, like, they think something's going to happen. When there's no electricity, your food's just going to go rotten because it's going to spoil, you
Right,
know?
right, right.
So you can't, like, stock up on nothing, really. It's all going to spoil when there's no power. And you ain't going to be able to cook it without no clean water.
Well, yeah, and there are people that, I'm always referring to these old wisdom people who there's a guy who, it was like a commercial that comes on, and this is from this deep old knowledge that our grandparents knew. They knew how to prepare foods that did not require refrigeration, or Molly's like growing potatoes. Like if you have potatoes and things like that, you don't have to put potatoes in a refrigerator. You can put them in you can find some people have, what is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like cellars and things.
A
You could create
seller,
a
yeah.
cellar, right? And get back
Or you
to
can
those kind
you
of things.
can smoke your meat.
Yeah,
Smoke your meat, it
you
lasts
could can
forever.
your meat. Yeah, you could can
Mm.
meats or can anything. And there are ways to have food where you don't need it.
Most of our foods are in cans over here, in tin stuff.
I couldn't hear you, Leisha. I think I'm hearing the echo. Can you repeat that?
I said most of the food over here are in cans and tins.
Yes, yes. And yep. And I know, stocking up on canned foods is good. I mean, for people who need to do that, right? It's the only thing available to a lot of people.
I did that I did that a year ago when all this first started, and
Right.
I bought so much food, and then it didn't last. It didn't, not that it didn't last, but it spoiled. Like I
Right.
didn't open it up for over a year, and I saw the expiration dates coming up, so I started opening them up, and I just didn't eat out of that because it wasn't good. So I was thinking, oh my God, what if there was freaking nuclear war or something? And I had to depend on this. It was disgusting. There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way.
No, yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Like it's almost like they get you into a mindset to fear, like, oh, I've got to stock up. And it's never good to do it out of fear, but it's something that we should have been doing, period. Everybody should live
Mhm.
that way, to always think about, I want to be self-sufficient, right? I don't want to rely on FEMA to come
Like,
whenever they feel like it.
you know what? I started my own garden, and I learned
Good,
how to can. I was
good.
learning all that survival stuff. I wanted me to get me a homestead when this
Yes.
all first started, but then I just learned from doing all that you just got to have faith that you're going to get fed that day miraculously. Because it ain't gonna happen very long. You can't do it by yourself. For
That's
very
the
long.
key. Yeah, even with homesteading, I know that it works when you have a communal type of homesteaders that are in a network. So you're not by yourself, but you're working together, you're bartering. Somebody has a strength in one area, another. So it's important to have community and family. I mean, they destroyed the family unit. That's why we're all fending for ourselves like this. But when you have strong families, nobody worries about this kind of stuff. So we need to get back to it goes back again, law and order. I am like really on the 10 commandments, and that's the only way I see to bring this back to something that will work, like bringing God's kingdom here. His will be done. I'm just focused on that, and jubilee, and having a renaissance, a restoration. And if we are in line with the creator and we're living by his law, I believe, like what you said, Rosie, he will provide for his people. He'll provide for his people. And if it has to be manna, like what was manna? He provided manna for his people. So, you
Mhm.
know, it's like you get a choice. Do you want to depend on FEMA or manna? I mean,
Mhm.
it's a choice. But again, some people are led to do maybe the food that you can put away for 20 years. And if that's something that makes people feel good, I don't knock it. Some people are like not doing anything. They're like, I'm just using pure faith. I'm not knocking that either, because people have their own way that they're being led into these days. And it's not going to
Mhm.
all be the same. So I believe that the evil group, they want us to think they have the power to cause famine all over the world. They don't have that power. God is the only one that can allow that to even happen. And I don't even think we're in the same state that, like, we're in the stages that I believe that we were in. I don't believe that we're headed into, I don't know, everybody, you could be mad at me, but I don't believe that we are headed into this horrible time of tribulation. Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing, and people may not like it. My people have been through tribulation, okay? We have been through tribulation. What are you trying to tell me, that we're going to get more tribulation? Get the F out of here, okay? That's how I feel. I don't need any more tribulation. And I don't see what that would do to my morale. We've been through tribulation. Now that we've learned who we really are, identity, we're starting to learn this. What more of tribulation do we need to go through? And then what? Some antichrist is about to come on the scene. Well, I don't see how that all figures out with the studies that I've done. Because you're supposed to have the third temple built in Jerusalem, right? You're supposed to have the red heifer without blemish. You're supposed to have, they say they have all this stuff for the temple, but I don't see the other signs that these people claim we were supposed to see by now. I don't think they have the ability to do a nuclear bomb. I think that's all been gaslighting. If they could, listen, if they could ignite a nuclear bomb, they would have done it by now. Don't you think? They would have done something by now. So I'm starting to believe that nuclear Holocaust stuff is all a bunch of, this is predictive programming. They want you to get scared so you can live, what did they do with our parents? They had to hide under a desk because of an atomic bomb. So getting under your desk is going to help and shield you from an atomic bomb. And you see what they're telling people in New York for this nuclear stuff? They're like, go in the house, like shut your door and you'll be safe. Put a mask on and get a booster, I guess, right? None of it makes sense. So it's starting to look more and more like the Wizard of Oz, like you know, Toto just pulled the curtain back and you're looking at this nerd who never got a girlfriend. His wife took his whole, like, treasures, and he's paying child support. He lost custody of, he's bitter, okay? He's bitter. And now we're supposed to believe that this is the scary guy who can do all of this to us. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's starting to not really seem real anymore.
Well, the beings told me, Jen, that they want to go back to basics and start all over again into nature and do like a point scheme, so you don't get money, you earn points.
Well, I like that. Like, you know, I think that, you know, the whole word like reset and everything, it could be bad, but then it could be like, if we flip it into, like, I would, like, when my devices need a reset, is not a bad thing, right? So if we need a reset to get back to law and order, then we need to reset. They don't get their reset. They did it before in the 1800s. They did it the last time, according to Jason Breshears of Archaics. Their last reset was 1902. So they're out of resets. They don't get another chance because they are not able to erase history anymore. They can't play around with history because of the internet. So for all the evil that the internet brings, it also has stopped the plans of the evil people, right? That's how we're all talking, right? Look at, it's the internet. So any final words, Rosie Pie? I'm about to end this stream. Do you have any words for the chatmosphere? How you feeling, and what do you want to leave us with?
Well, nothing really, just peace and love. I'm glad that we ended up talking about, you know, basically what I feel, like how I was feeling, like as far as you were talking about, like the reset, like you do know so much, you have so much information. It just got to come out slowly. It has to come out like in divine timing, and like you're ending it like just perfect with the fact that you know we've evaded so many catastrophes in this last year. And because we are on another timeline, the timeline for thinking positive and a bright future. So none of that stuff's going to happen. Right? Isn't
Nice.
that what you were saying right now? I'm like, dang, was she getting? She gets exactly what I was talking about at the very beginning. This everything you were saying. So that's
Nice.
what you know. That's my timeline. Like I'm aware that it could be bad, but I'm glad that it's not, and I look forward to a bright future because I'm on that timeline.
Nice.
We on that timeline, all of us. That's why I think we're connected, because deep down we all want the same thing.
Yes. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Peace on
Love
earth.
you.
Peace on earth.
Yes, peace on earth. So, Leisha, do you want to leave us with a nice word?
Oh, just love and light.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us
Bye,
today.
everyone.
I appreciate you popping out. I'm starting to hear thunder here, so we're probably going to get some rain.
Yeah.
So I love the weather, and I'm going to love it. Happens a lot here too. We get a lot of this thunder. So yes, thank you all. More of you need to pop out of the bushes, as they say. Okay, we had Rosie Pie, we had Karen, Leisha, and Tina. A lot of first time people popping out from the bush. Okay, so next time we want more people popping out, and I'll drop the link. I'll find a way to do it where I can pin it. I have to do it. Oh, maybe I could do it prior to the show. I'll find out, everybody. But as long as Karen can help me out, thank you, Karen, for providing the link so they could get it. So I'll figure it all out. And I love you all. Never know. We might go live later on. I might be able to muster up another live for a late, maybe we'll do a date night or something. So
Yeah, that'd
stay
be good.
tuned, okay? And stay blissy. That's gonna be my new sign off. Stay blissy, okay? And thank you, One Take Son. Love
Yeah.
you too, sis. Everybody love you. And I may be back later, okay? All right, so thank you all. Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Take care. All
Bye.
right, see ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.